Yeah, you, right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. I hate to say it, but we probably want this rain to come down. That may or may not come down. We need to do the rain dance. Where are you, Drew Brees? It is New Orleans. You're right, number 9. The problem is it's a very dry New Orleans, an insanely dry New Orleans. Southeast, southwest Louisiana, drought-like conditions. Absolutely crazy drought-like conditions. Thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. Yeah, a little cloudy, overcast. You can look kind of beyond Metro New Orleans out on the horizon, almost in any direction, and you see darker clouds, hopefully rolling into the city. No, I hate to say it, but we could probably use like continuous rain today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. The forecast is like the next 4 days of potential rain. That's what the forecast looks like. It could even be more than that. Boy, I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through next Tuesday, like north of a 50% chance of rain each and every day through next Tuesday, all weekend long. The temperatures continue to be this 60s and 70s gimmick. 70s during the day, 60s overnight. I like that. And I doubt we're going to get 6 straight days of rain. But we could probably use some Seattle, Portland-like rain, like as far as just 24/7 sort of 365 gimmick for the next 6 days. We could probably use some steady rain for like the next 6 days straight. And it wouldn't be a bad thing for drought-ridden Louisiana. It would only help. What a terrible thing to have to wish for. It's like Indians doing a rain dance out in the desert, out in the West to survive. No, you love when there's sunny, great weather. I've been enjoying this weather, but selfishly, to want it to continue, I don't know. That doesn't seem like the right way to be. So, not selfishly, doing the right thing. I'm hoping for rain. I'm hoping the rain does come down and probably, wreck the weekend. I want to go play golf. I want to go outside. I want to walk the dog in Audubon Park. I want to dine outside. It's kind of weird, but you almost like hope it gets wrecked because we really desperately need the rain. We're in a drought. Just because you have water in the refrigerator, the sink's working, the toilet flushes, and you can shower, doesn't mean, we're not in drought-like conditions. We'll see. Who knows what's going to happen as far as the rain. I wouldn't even call it a drizzle. Like I had to hit the squirters on the windshield wiper to add more water to get the wipers working right. Yeah, barely a drizzle on the windshield earlier this afternoon. Hey, the 4 o'clock hour on this Thursday afternoon. First off, thanks for joining us on the radio. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 600 AM. This sneaky little powerful AM signal takes the show from Baton Rouge through southern Mississippi, southern Alabama to the panhandle of Florida, all up and down the I-10, I-12 corridor on 600 AM. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, our website. We're on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're on TV statewide, Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333 right now. Live on the radio, simulcast on TV. That means live on TV too. We're all over the state. Gulf South program every day brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. I should say the 4 o'clock hour, excuse me today. Brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, do it once, do it right. They'll steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating with 7 area locations in Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, like Mandeville, Hammond. And now check this out, Baton Rouge, Tigertown, 4 area Helm Paint and Decorating locations in Baton Rouge. That's right. The capital city is covered, literally, in Benjamin Moore paint, thanks to Helm Paint and Decorating in town. And just like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, free 2-hour delivery anywhere in the metro area. That includes you folks in West Baton Rouge, Port Allen, Bruley. That includes you folks over in East Baton Rouge, fading out of the parish over into Prairieville, Gonzales. Helm Paint and Decorating. Taking over Southeast Louisiana, 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, 4 in Metro Baton Rouge. 4 o'clock hour this afternoon, brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're right. High quality Benjamin Moore products, tough to beat. The mayor is in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. I think it's actually a great trip. This mayor is hardworking. She is dedicated to the citizens of New Orleans. I think there's a potential for some serious trade with Nairobi, Kenya in Africa. There's all kind of things that we could be trading with Nairobi, Kenya in the continent of Africa. So a great trip, an important trip. The UN is actually having an important meeting on plastic pollution. I can think of no other person, maybe on planet Earth. Who was the cranes in the sky under Nagin? The guy, was it Ed Blakely? Was it Dr. Ed Blakely? You'd have to remember that crap the rest of my life. Really is debilitating. They need to make some kind of surgery where a doctor can go in and scrape out a little gray matter where it says Dr. Ed Blakely. You remember him? Cranes in the sky, that guy? When it was rebuild New Orleans time, he said, I'm one of maybe 8 people in the world that can do this job. I'm thinking to myself, wow, talk about patting yourself on the back. So 7-8 billion people on the planet, you're 1 in a billion. Not 1 in a million, 1 in a billion. Wow. That's fantastic. I think maybe the mayor is kind of that same type of person. When I think of plastic pollution, I think of LaToya Cantrell. Sure, I do. Anyway, the mayor's in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. Because I'll tell y'all, come on now. When you think of plastics, you think of New Orleans. Dang, y'all. Look around you. Lots of plastics. And this is New Orleans, y'all. And when it comes to plastic, it's plastic. And with the UN and this plastic meeting about plastic pollution, I think about New Orleans and plastic and think it's just huge contributions I can make. Has nothing to do with the junket to Kenya and Africa. Come on. The mayor's amazing. It's like 1 week hiring a criminal defense attorney, the next week a junket to Paris. 1 week a junket to Kenya. The next day, the ethics board going after the mayor for first-class travel, literally. It's not even bark, much less bite, but the Louisiana Board of Ethics, an oxymoronic name. I think they list it officially on paper as Louisiana, BORED, Board of Ethics. Anyway, the mayor violating ethics laws, improperly taking 15 first-class flights. The fine's $10,000. There's little else this ethics board can do, and there's little else the ethics board wants to do. It's a joke. Louisiana Ethics Board. Makes no sense. The summer of 2023, apparently the hottest in the world. New Orleans, one of the worst heat streaks on planet Earth this last summer. Literally. Israel agreeing to place a 4-hour pause. South Gaza, humanitarian aid. Hey, folks, guys, especially Friend and Company Fine Jewelers has the real diamond jewelry you're looking for her this holiday season. Real natural diamonds, 1 billion years old. Go see Ken Friend at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street in between Broadway and Carrollton, in the Carrollton section of Uptown. Holiday season, guys. Diamonds from Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" He said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
What are you doing checking out this program? You should be at Katie's in Mid-City. You could check out the program on one of the big screens at Katie's. As New Orleans as it gets, Katie's in Mid-City. You know the place. Haven't you been longing to go to Katie's with friends and family? Great New Orleans food, lots of variety, large portions, great for sharing. Appetizers, entrees, from pizzas to po' boys, specialty items, all kind of fresh fish and seafood. More is better, more of the good things. Katie's in Mid-City. What are you waiting for? Iberville, corner Talamacus. Katie's in Mid-City. What, about 2-3 blocks behind Bricadas on Carrollton? Get a little dessert over there after. Scott's got some pretty damn good desserts at Katie's. Thursday afternoon edition of the program. It is holiday season coming up. What's Thanksgiving, 3 weeks away? 3 weeks? Is it 3 or 2? Thanksgiving might be 2 weeks away. That's ridiculous. I think it's 2 weeks away. Yep. 2 weeks. Wow. Rouse's has that great deal going down right now. Buy a ham and get a free turkey. No, not the other way around. Buy a ham and get a free turkey at all your Rouse's locations. That's going on right now. And I'm not kidding you. It's like a 10 to 14 pound turkey. And it's free when you buy the spiral cut honey ham. Free turkeys at Rouse's when you buy the ham. Are you kidding? Anyway, it is holiday season, guys. I mentioned Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. How about the Woodhouse Day Spa? Another great gift item for her. We're always stressed out. What am I going to get her? What am I going to get her? And you're stressed about it. I've given you 2 great solutions. And then the second question, what am I going to get her? Sometimes we come up with something, and then you better ask the second question, is she going to like it? Because a weed eater, she's not going to like that. I had a friend of mine years ago gave his wife some like drawing framed. That was like the gift. I was like, I don't know. Does she even like that style? Is that one of her favorite? None of that. Just, I don't know what he was thinking. He didn't know what he was thinking. She was absurdly disappointed. She wanted something about their relationship, something that showed, her what he was thinking, and he wasn't thinking there. So no, you're stressed out like, what am I going to get her? And then when you come up with something, you better ask, is she going to like it? And it might be a big no, might be a bad idea on your part. Diamonds at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. That's a grand slam home run. And a day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa, another grand slam home run. Solving your problem. Woodhouse Day Spa, 5 area locations. I gave away a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate the other day. Alan Toussaint always wears this particular clothing item year-round, no matter what. June, July, August, long johns, silk underwear, long, all the way down to his ankles. He said it made him feel cooler in those hot summer months in New Orleans. Underneath the suit with the sandals. I've got another Alan Toussaint question. He would often be seen driving around New Orleans in this particular vehicle. I don't need it was a Chevrolet Impala. I just need like Chevy. Someone yesterday emailed us, Corey at CareTalks.com, a Cadillac. Incorrect. Now, he may have owned a Cadillac, but that isn't what he would be seen mostly driving around New Orleans. This is clear cut over. I'm sure he had several vehicles, but this is the one he was driving around New Orleans all the time, his preferred vehicle. Kind of just putting around. Name the vehicle, and I've got 50 big bucks for you, good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, just in time to give to her, for holiday season. I recommend a full-blown day of relaxation. I went on Sunday to the Woodhouse Day Spa on Canal Street, 4:00 appointment, deep tissue massage. My God, was that good. Absolutely fantastic. And just like I tell you, the Woodhouse Day Spa is plush and luxurious. It's like a private club, but it's open to the public. They pamper you. They treat you ridiculously nicely. 5 area locations. It's what she wants. Hey, the Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program, 766-9480, New Orleans area code 504. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480 to participate in the program. Question, comment, love to hear from you. Got an answer to our Woodhouse trivia? The car that Alan Toussaint would be tooling around New Orleans in? 766-9480. The mayor in Nairobi, Kenya, bringing jobs. I predict this trip will bring in hundreds of jobs, probably a few Fortune 500 companies. The Louisiana Board of Ethics, an oxymoronic name. I think it's Louisiana, Board of Ethics, BORED. Violating ethics laws, the mayor, improperly taking 15 first-class flights. I think it's a $10,000 fine if possible. The mayor will just pay that, get a loan from a local bank and pay it. I wonder who's paying back that $28,000 loan the mayor took out to pay for the first-class flight upgrades from before. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. We head to Mid-City, New Orleans. What a great neighborhood. I think Mid-City was ranked like top neighborhood in the world. One of the top neighborhoods in the world by a certain publication. I'm not kidding you, the only one in America. Henry joins us from wonderful Mid-City. What up, Henry?
Hey, Corey.
Or do you go by Henri to pick up on the ladies?
That's the only name that'll pick me up.
Yeah, that'll work.
Henri.
Hi, I'm Henri. I think right away that boosts your status with the ladies.
Yeah. No, I think I have the answer.
What, the answer to life, life's mysteries, life challenges? Help us all, Henry. This is fantastic. Historic radio and television, everyone. Henry in Mid-City has the answer to life.
He drove a Bentley.
He drove a Bentley? That's the answer to life? That sounds like a good answer.
That's
He
not the
drove
answer
a
to life.
Bentley.
I'm calling about the question.
Alan Toussaint's vehicle?
There you go, with a Bentley, wasn't it?
You know, Henry, I'm going to tighten you up because you're warm, but I think technically you're incorrect.
Yeah,
Really?
you wrong.
I think you're incorrect, but I mean, not to give out obnoxious hints, but I think it's like the same family of vehicles. Might have been even.
I saw it before, wasn't it brown?
I think it was like maroonish or red or something, or brown. I forget the color. Yep. Convertible, I believe.
No, this was a hard top.
No. Maybe it was a hard top. No, you might be right. Maybe it was a hard top. 4-door hard top. You might be right.
You know, I saw him in the French Quarter. He talked in a French Quarter, and he didn't have socks on with his suit. You know?
He had on the sandals with no socks?
With no socks, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if the sandals with socks or not. I would definitely see the silk long john sometimes hanging out the bottom of the pants.
Yeah.
Henry, I'm going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Who would be getting that this holiday season?
Oh, my wife.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Henry in Mid-City, I'm going to leave that question out there because I think technically you're incorrect, but in essence, you're pretty damn close. I think these cars were almost sort of interchangeable in the day. Different grills, maybe built in the same plant, crap like that. Henry, hang on, all right?
All right, thank you, Cole.
Yeah, you're right. Henry said Bentley. And I think technically that's incorrect, but that would be the closest right answer on planet Earth. Good job, Henry in Mid-City. We're going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. But we're going to leave that question out there for you. Hopefully get the correct answer. And I think I'm right. You know, He gets me raising an eyebrow on it, Corey. But I went from 100% certain I'm right to 99%. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 766-9480. Hey, tomorrow, Michael Hecht will join us on the program, a Fantasy Friday edition of the show. Michael Hecht's from Greater New Orleans, Inc. He joins us on Fridays. We've been doing this segment for years. I like lightening things up on Friday. I get Fletcher Mackel on for about 10 minutes. Where'd you get a po' boy? What are the Saints doing? I get Frank Brightson on talking food from his restaurant in the Riverbend, Brightson's. It's kind of a decompression Friday. And then Michael Hecht, it's usually to get some good economic news, some jobs coming into the city, a company coming in, flights to the city, that kind of thing, growth, potential of growth. Michael joins us on Fridays. That segment's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, a culture of innovation at Latrim. And they're hiring because all this company does is grow. They're like on a 30, 40-year tear. Growth around the world. Something to be proud of, New Orleanians. Latrim. We don't have too many of these entities anymore. This is a worldwide business leader, manufacturing giant, inventor of the shrimp peeling machine. Still to this day, number one in the world. The all-plastic modular conveyor belts, Intralocks, number one in the world. It's all New Orleans stuff.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer. For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Trey Yen tonight for dinner. Are you kidding me? 25 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center, you South Shore folks, at the foot of the causeway. Hey, North Shore folks, did I say foot of the causeway? Mandeville, Covington, Madisonville, Lacombe. You're minutes away from some of the best Chinese cuisine, not food, Chinese cuisine in America. Trey Yen tonight for dinner in Mandeville. So good. Let's hit the phone lines. The Rouse's Markets phone lines. I hate saying we could use the rain. I'm hoping we get rain, but we could use the rain, and I'm hoping we get rain. I'm hoping we get rain over the weekend. And I want to go outside, enjoy the outdoors. I've got plans, but it wouldn't be bad if they got rained out because we're in such a dire drought situation. To the phone lines we go. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. That's how Glenn in Harahan dialed us up. What up, Glenn? Hola, Glenn.
First of all, I've got the answer to the secret to a happy life, if you want to hear it.
Happy wife?
Happy life.
Oh. What would it be?
Well, that kind of joins in. Yeah, have a happy wife to have a happy life.
Yep.
But don't watch the news and don't get stuck in traffic on I-10 like I am right now.
So, man, I am not built for traffic, Glenn. I'm just like, this is irrational. It's illogical. Why aren't the people in the front going? And then you get to why they're slowing down. And then, you want to, it's like a thermometer busting through the top, just explode.
And then you get there and there's nothing blocking.
Yeah, or they're staring at nothing. It's like, God, it's on the other side. Go, people.
Right.
Go, people.
Well, speaking of cars, the car that Mr. Toussaint drove was a Rolls-Royce convertible. And you were right about that. It was a convertible.
I thought it was, but then when he was like, no, it was a four-door, I was like, maybe it was a four-door,
Well, he might have had more than one car.
Maybe so.
But the car that I remember him driving was always a convertible.
No, that's what I was thinking too. But then I was like, am I just fantasizing like what I think Alan Toussaint should be? A big two-door convertible, right hand across the passenger's seat, left hand up on the wheel, just tooling through the city at 20 miles an hour. But maybe that is what I saw. Glenn, Rolls-Royce is correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for it, Johnny?
That's why I thought Bentley was like as close as it can get. Weren't those like interchangeable almost at one time?
Almost. I mean, both, British cars.
Same company, I think, built in the same factory, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the grill was a little bit different.
Exactly.
Rolls Royce had the that hood ornament that the Bentley did not.
I think at one time Bentley and Rolls Royce were separate entities in the beginning. Then they formed and became one thing, and now they're separate entities again. I think that's how it went down. But anyway, that's why I tightened them up.
You rarely see them. You don't see them much anymore.
No, you don't. I think you see more Bentleys today than Rolls Royces. I think.
Yeah.
They've got Bentley SUVs now, all kind of stuff. Less priced Bentleys, I guess. Glenn, excellent work in Harahan. Who's getting the gift certificate?
Well, like I said, a happy wife.
Nah, smart. Exactly. Let's go back to the beginning. Hey, Glenn and Harahan, hang on, all right?
Yeah, let me ask you one other thing.
Sure.
You might be able to answer this, but if you can't, ask Frank Bryson the next time you talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Frank is known for, serving some different exotic type foods and things. He'll have rabbit. Most people don't have it. Duck, things like that. Ask him, why do restaurants not serve goose? Because you always hear about goose around the holidays, people having it with mint jelly or something like that.
I mean, I'll give you my opinion on it, but I'll ask him. I think it goes in the category of turkey, most likely, Glenn. There's a reason. Why do you think turkey's not served at restaurants?
Well, that's a good question, too. I don't know.
It sucks.
But you can get turkey meat at other places.
Not really. I mean, you want to know why? Turkey's terrible. Turkey sucks. We have this tradition at Thanksgiving, turkey, like it's something good. Turkey's terrible. Now, look, I'm not against turkey. I like a little boar's head sliced turkey. Grandma makes a turkey, gravy at Thanksgiving, slice it up hot. It's good, but if that was on the menu at any fine dining restaurant, fresh baked turkey sliced up with grandma's gravy, and you had speckled trout meuniere, New York strip, soft shell crab. I mean, are you kidding me? Pork crown roast. What protein can I name that you're going to get the turkey over what I'm naming? I mean, it would have to be something like goose, venison. I think people would get the goose or the venison over the turkey. I think it's a farce. It's a farce. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I get the tradition. It's just not good.
Have you ever eaten goose yourself?
Have I ever had what?
Goose.
I think I've had goose before, duck, of course. I don't remember goose being anything where I was like, I've got to go back and eat it again.
I wonder if goose is the same consistency of duck.
Yeah, and I don't know if I ate a wild goose or it was like farm raised for restaurant consumption. I don't really remember, but I think I did have goose like 30 years ago.
All right. Well, I was just curious because I've never had it myself.
Glenn, this whole turkey thing, I mean, the only thing worse than turkey, turducken. That's the only thing worse than turkey. My parents, thank God for them. I mean, we had turkey every Thanksgiving. And then, I don't know, I'm like 12 or 13. I think it was before I could drive. One day, my dad grilled a bunch of New York strips, and we had the turkey. Not a single New York strip was left on the platter. And the turkey was like half eaten that Thanksgiving, not just a carcass left over. And then the next year, it was like a pork crown roast and turkey. And the turkey went basically untouched. I think someone just cut into it just to be like, we cut into it. And then year 3 of that change, we didn't have turkey anymore and no one cared. We still had the oyster dressing and dirty rice and, baked macaroni and things like that. Some crab meat, maybe like stuffed bell pepper. But we abandoned the turkey like 30, 40 years ago. No one's crying. It's a farce. Yeah. People fool themselves into eating it. At least say, hey, it's a tradition. That's why we do it when it's hot. It's pretty good. But to sit there and think it's better than any other protein is, I think, living in denial.
Well,
right or wrong?
You don't eat, you spare yourself the tryptophan that comes along with it.
You what?
That's why the tryptophan that comes with turkey meat. That's what makes you feel tired. When people say, "Oh man, you eat a lot of turkey," and then you're watching the football game and you fall asleep. It's all of that tryptophan in the meat.
Oh, there's something in the turkey that makes you groggy?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the boring, monotonous, flavorless taste. I'm such a Debbie Downer, Glenn. Everybody that hears me just gets pissed. They think about the golden baked turkey, the electric knife, the hot gravy. It's like I'm ruining their Thanksgiving. It's like, and then when I say nothing worse than turkey than turducken. Turducken people are like they don't understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, the worst invention.
You're destroying the Norman Rockwell picture.
I'm lighting it on fire. I'm squirting it with lighter fluid and throwing a match on it. Exactly. Thanks, Glenn.
All right. Nice talking to you.
You too. Hang on, all right? That's Glenn and Harahan going to tighten him up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Rolls-Royce, the vehicle of choice for Alan Tucson. Good job, Glenn. Excellent work. I'm not going to shy anyone off of turkey or turducken. That's not my point. I'm just telling you, it's terrible. There's a reason turkey's not served at restaurants. I will ask Glenn, Frank Brightson tomorrow when he joins us, about goose and why isn't that served at restaurants. Now, I think goose fat to like cook French fries, goose liver for dirty rice, pate, things like that. But yeah, I don't like goose breast with the gravy. I don't see that at restaurants. Not in and around New Orleans. That's for damn sure. Turkey, the big farce. Thanksgiving, by the way, 2 weeks away. Boy, it's hot some days. It's cool some days. You need air conditioning or heat help? NOLAAC.com's all you need to know. Burn it into your brain. Air conditioning, heat help, NOLAAC.com. And feel confident. You don't need to know all the details. All you need to know is NOLAAC.com, air conditioning and heat help. But the details that you can feel confident about, that you don't have to worry about, are they're honest air conditioning and heating experts. Put that into the old skull cap. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. What else do you need in an air conditioning company? Honest AC and heating experts that come immediately. That's why I say you don't even have to think about all that. Just know it's there. Feel confident. All you need to remember when it comes to heat or AC help, NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. That's River City's Total Maintenance. Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys. The pros. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. On a Thursday afternoon, some rain, much needed rain coming. Look, I love a nice sunny weekend like everybody else, but kind of with this drought, it's sort of selfish. We really need to do our rain dance and hope for a rainy weekend. Yeah, I hate to say it, but that's what we need. Coming right back.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models, and it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy. Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon, a little bit after 4:50, a little bit before 5 p.m. We love throwing a bone to this guy. He came down to New Orleans about 35 years ago. Expected to spend a few weeks here helping with our animal problems. 35 years later, he's never left. And the problems continue, although he personally, and along with his group, the Humane Society of Louisiana, and his helpers and volunteers and some employees through the years, they've saved thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of animals, literally. And if you're like, okay, Corey, I mean, you're exaggerating. Okay, the cats they're saving right now in New Iberia are about to number around 100, okay? So that's one situation, 100 animals. So 10 of those situations is 1,000 animals. So when I say thousands, tens of thousands, 35 years, I know what I'm talking about, and it's accurate. By the way, the website is humanela.org. Why don't you go to it right now while we're talking and make a little donation? If you go to Facebook, Humane Society of Louisiana on Facebook, you see what they do because they're constantly updating it with some information and photos. You will go to humanela.org and donate. You'll have no choice unless you're dead. Jeff Dorson joins us on the program again from the Humane Society of Louisiana. What up, Jeff?
Always a pleasure. I always love our 10 minutes on Thursday. It gives us both the time to slow it down, take a look, and, just re-examine our values. A lot of people don't even consider animals in their day-to-day or their outlook or it's not part of their philosophy. And it's always nice to just take a look. Where do they fit in our scheme? They peacefully coexist with us, and yet some people just don't really recognize their value. And I always have. It's like, oh, another living creature, that's wonderful. What can I do if they're in need or suffering? And And that question is always useful for anybody on the planet. Look out for others, just not yourselves. That's the juice of life.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good thing to say. I think I know my neighborhood's animals by name more than I know my neighbors by name.
Well, that's
seriously.
Because you're looking out. That's okay. I understand.
There's Barney by the gate. You know, I know all these dogs and cats by name, or I've named them myself. And there's Goldie, Whitey, and Blackie. You know. Oh,
yeah, it's like, who do we share this planet with? And we should pay attention to the birds and the turtles and everything.
Yeah,
like this is really a magical place if we just pay attention and see our interactions and how complex every living creature is. It's miraculous. How does a turtle be a turtle? And then, you know, a bird fly? I mean, take a look. We kind of are all busy and doing our own thing. And if you slow it down and take a look and examine, it's just one miracle after another.
No. We've built, you know, enough cities, and we'll build more. I'm not against that. We've done enough urbanization. We've done enough where we worry about ourselves. To not open our eyes and worry about animals would be ridiculous. Yeah, there was a story the other day. Just Angola under federal control now with their medical situation because they don't treat inmates properly with medical. It's like, I think jails are necessary. I don't want violent criminals on the street, but also as a society, you treat people that you jail less humanely than people that are out on the street, or they get lesser medical attention. I mean, it's illogical, inhumane, uncivilized. And then I think about animals, and I remember, I knew the quote, and you remember the author of the quote, Gandhi, with you know, how a society treats its animals is kind of how you can view that society.
I like what you just said. I read the same article. Judge Dick, I think, is her name. And she just pinpointed the problem, systemic issues at Angola, the lack of care and concern. And that just hurts my heart. Like, I don't want anybody to suffer.
Exactly.
Okay, so he's doing hard time.
Exactly.
And he has a heart condition, and he's lying on the floor for 3 days.
No, and then he dies when they finally get to him. The other guy, they don't get to him for a year. By that time, his cancer's terminal when it could have been treated. Sick.
And you're paid to do this function.
Yep.
And so can't you do it? Can't you have a heart? And it applies to every living creature. So actually what you're saying makes sense.
No, that's why I swear I think there's a lot of dysfunction in New Orleans and Louisiana, Jeff, where people just, they don't care that outsiders see how we treat criminals with medical conditions, how we treat animals. People in Louisiana and New Orleans just don't seem to care how we're judged. And I don't like that. I mean, I understand why people look at Louisiana as a backwards ass state because of these kind of things and people ignoring them. Thank God for you with the animals. Well, hey, real quick before we run out of time, they're opening black bear season again. I think they're going to kill 10 bears. There's about 1,200 now. You're against this.
We got a law passed in the early 90s, protect the black bear, and as a license plate. The money goes for habitat protection. We sort of knew this was coming. Hunters want to kill every living creature, especially big ones, herbivores. And so it's just upsetting. It's hard to fight a bigger
does the bear population need to be curbed back a little or no?
No, other states have innovative ways to coexist, but it takes some effort. And Louisiana hates to exert effort. Is what I see. The same thing that you say. Lack of care, lack of effort creates a dismal lifestyle and low metrics on every freaking standard.
Yep. No, a little knowledge and research. I mean, putting those wolves, like a dozen wolves back in Yellowstone, changed the whole park, brought back grass and trees, and that brought in other animals and streams and lakes and rivers. So it's a trickle down thing. Yeah, I agree with you. There's got to be a better way. 10 animals, too. It seems just ridiculous and stupid. HumaneLA.org. Thanks, Jeff.
Anytime. Thanks, Corey.
Go donate. HumaneLA.org. Do it now.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333.
Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 5 p.m.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
New Orleans City Councilman Freddie King joins us.
So I want to first say thanks for having me. And believe it or not, man, I used to listen to your show all the time driving home. So it's an honor to be on.
Freddie, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on the program. Thanks.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Barnaby Jones.
Hey kids, you didn't miss anything not seeing Barnaby Jones or like canon episodes from the 70s. Barnaby Jones was like a 90-year-old private detective, private investigator, you know, hired to help out people in need. He's like 900 years old. He pull out this little snub-nosed revolver. It's just like, really? And then Cannon weighed about as much as his car. The car literally leaned to the driver's side when Cannon was driving it. You know, I don't know what Cannon could do. I mean, pulling out a gun and shooting in like a quick draw would be like 10 minutes. Better chance pulling a po' boy sandwich out of his pocket and taking a bite out of it. So, kids, you didn't miss anything from that 70s television. Rockford Files, different story. Cool Jim Rockford, Angel, what a character on that show. The Trans Am, going in reverse, doing 180s, living in Malibu on the beach in a trailer. That was a good show. Cannon, Barnaby Jones, not so much. Get the bubble machine out. It's Lawrence Welk. Drink your Geritol. Good night, everyone. Corey Johnson with you. 5 o'clock power hour. Yeah, you right. A Thursday afternoon. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way. So much going on. Important news, breaking news. I don't know about you, but I'm expecting a minimum of 2, maybe as many as 3 or 4 Fortune 500 companies relocating to the city. I'm expecting hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs created in the next week to 10 days. The mayor's in Nairobi, Kenya, on the African continent, busting her tail for the city of New Orleans, bringing back high-paying jobs. Working trade deals that are going to create money, economy for you and me. Make New Orleans a better place. Thank God. The mayor of New Orleans, LaToya, the Destroyer, Cantrell, a.k.a. Junket Cantrell, is in Nairobi, Kenya as we speak. It's a UN plastic pollutions initiative. And I can think of no other person on the planet that knows more about plastic pollution than LaToya Cantrell. Just what she can contribute to this worldwide UN event in Nairobi is priceless. She's someone special. She's a leader. There's a reason there are cranes in the air everywhere. There's a reason New Orleans is on like a Nashville, Austin growth path. It's because of LaToya, the Destroyer Cantrell. She's a winner. Oh, boy. The mayor on another junket, Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa, not Kenner, Kenya. Just another crazy junket. It's so ironical, this mayor. 1 week hires a criminal defense attorney. The next week on a junket in Paris. Just does not care. Just flipping the bird to the citizens of New Orleans, the feds, authority figures, doesn't matter. Y'all don't get it, y'all. I'm the mayor of New Orleans, y'all. This is my 15 minutes, and I'm going to juice that 15 minutes right up until 4:59 and counting. Get it, y'all? The mayor hires a criminal defense attorney. You do that when the feds have notified you they're coming after you, directly or indirectly, or you found out from another source that you're under federal indictment. You're going to get indicted soon. Major criminal charges. You might want to lawyer up now so they can get a jump start. No, are you hiring a criminal defense attorney? Of course not. Why would you need one? I'm not either. The mayor is. And then the next week, a junket in Paris just does not care. The mayor in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. The next day, the same day actually, while the flight's in the air, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, which is kind of an oxymoronic name, Louisiana Ethics, they don't really go together. Unless I'm misreading it, it just says Louisiana Board of Ethics, BOARD, board. Is it Louisiana, board, BORAD of ethics? You're good. You're fine. Bring it on in. Do what you got to do. Holy smokes. That's good. Keep this guy under control, Jason. Don't get him past the cameras and they're like, dude, that's insane, huh? Wow. We're about to get blown out. Jason, I was trying to tell him, how do we get this side of the building like the other side where they're hanging meat on hooks? That would be the key. Anyway, sorry, radio audience. I've got some stuff going on in the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Anyway, no, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, while the mayor's in Nairobi, Kenya on a junket, it's crazy. The Louisiana Board of Ethics is saying the mayor violated ethics laws, improperly taking 15 first-class flights. But the fine's like 10 grand max and little else. So I don't think the mayor is sweating it 1 minute. Speaking of sweating, the summer of 2023, apparently the hottest in the world. Hottest ever recorded summer. Climate Central is the source. Major cities worldwide, longest extreme heat streaks. Number one, Houston, like 22 days. 22 days, exactly. Number two, New Orleans in the world, 17 days, tied with Jakarta, Indonesia. Just crazy. No, the summer of 22 was insane heat. If you can go that way a little more towards you, just so this thing's not going out of, yeah, exactly. Brilliant. It's great. Israel is allowing a 4-hour break South Gaza to let humanitarian aid come in and out. So the war, at least in South Gaza, will only be going on 20 out of 24 hours. Wow. Sad story there. Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, live on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, our website. It's all brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Ronnie Lamarck Jr., taking care of you in Kennebra. The Car Corner, Williams Boulevard and I-10. Right on the corner, right on the price. Price, inventory, service. That's what sets the big store. Lamarck Ford, for nearly 50 years, apart from its competitors. That's why it's number one in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, same thing. Separates them from other Lincoln dealerships because they do it differently. Ronnie Lamarck Jr. Lamarck Lincoln, by the way, number one Lincoln dealership in the state. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford. That's right, the legendary Ford truck dealership on Jefferson Highway. Now under the Lamarck umbrella. Like I said, every day. This program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway in Elmwood in Harahan. Wow. Ronnie Lamarck never stops. And with Ronnie Jr. right there, wingman, cohort, the dynamic duo, they're going to continue to roll, not slowing down for a minute. Anyone who thought Ronnie in his 70s was going to be slowing down, that was a ridiculous mistake. And now with Ronnie Jr. in there as well, it's just rocket speed. Sorry, other Ford and Lincoln dealerships, battle it out for number 2. That's the best you can do. Boy, the best we can do, I hate to say it, keep your fingers crossed, pray, hope for rain. I know, it's the weekend. You want a great weekend. That would be kind of selfish. I've got plans outside this weekend. I hope we get rain. I hope our weekend's rained out because we're in drought conditions and we desperately need the rain. So I'll sacrifice this weekend. I don't want to. I want to do what I want to do. I want to do my outdoor activities, play some golf, dine outside, go to the park with my dog. But I'll sacrifice it because we've had spectacular weather now for months, but no rain, not a lot of rain, major drought. So no, I'm hoping and praying for rain this weekend. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Don't move.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" He said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here delivering Louisiana's future. At the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Hey, the 5 o'clock power hour on this Thursday afternoon. Brought to you by Leidenheimer Baking Company. Boy, is that part of New Orleans. I was talking yesterday to Damian Michaels at Relevant Studios, and we're talking about blue plate mayonnaise. And I don't know about you, they're basically 5 ingredients to a roast beef po' boy, a New Orleans style roast beef po' boy. There's roast beef, there's tomato, lettuce, mayonnaise, and bread. 2 of those 5 items are not interchangeable. There can't be any deviation from 2 of the 5. You can do the roast beef a lot of ways. Thin sliced, heavy gravy, light gravy, debris, minced. There's lots of different ways to do a roast beef po' boy with the meat, with the roast beef. The lettuce and tomato, they're different ways. Thin sliced tomato, thick sliced tomato, lettuce in leaf form, lettuce shredded. So the roast beef, the tomato, the lettuce, I guess there's slight different variations of that. The mayonnaise has to be blue plate or it's not a New Orleans po' boy. I mean, that a New Orleans roast beef po' boy with another mayonnaise besides blue plate. And maybe the most important part of that New Orleans po' boy that makes it a New Orleans po' boy, otherwise it is not an authentic New Orleans po' boy. And I'm not just saying this to talk about Leidenheimer French Bread and Leidenheimer Baking Company. I'm telling you as a New Orleanian native that loves po' boys like you, it's got to be on Leidenheimer French Bread. It's just like it was unconsciously designed for the po' boy sandwich. It holds the fried shrimp, the oysters, the roast beef, whatever. It holds it all together the right way, makes it manageable. Otherwise, just the bread's breaking apart, the shrimp are falling all over. It's a mess. Sloppy roast beef po' boy can already be a mess. It's so good on that Leidenheimer French bread. No, if you're enjoying a real New Orleans style po' boy, it's served on Leidenheimer French bread, period, end of story. Or it's not a real New Orleans style po' boy, just a sandwich. Leidenheimer French bread, since 1896, over 125 years, still baked here in the city. Leidenheimer Baking Company. They get a yeah, you right from me. Part of the fabric of the city. Rain, I hate to say it, we need to do a rain dance. Do I want it to rain this weekend? Selfishly, no. I want to go play golf. I want to go outside. I want to enjoy the weather, do some grilling, take the dog to the park. Sadly, I kind of hope that's all washed out literally and figuratively. I don't want flooding, but we could use rain from like now through next like Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's what's forecasted. A lot of rain over the next few days. I don't know what the meteorologists are talking about, a cold front. I mean, I guess technically the rain's coming from the north, but the temperatures are staying the same, 60s overnight, 70s during the day. But we could use rain like all weekend long, literally. We need it. Insanely dry for months. We're in major drought-like conditions. So, yeah, I will put all of my potential activities on for the weekend. I hope they get rained out, I guess is what I'm saying. Isn't that weird? No, because it would be selfish to be thinking any other way. And our farmers, agriculture, the river, the state, we need the water. We'll see if it rains. It's in the forecast. It should be raining jobs and money, economic opportunity, because the mayor's in Nairobi, Kenya. And there's no way the mayor of the city of New Orleans would go on a trip to Africa, tens of thousands of dollars spent, because, you know, some of her staff's with her, if it didn't mean lots of jobs and lots of money for the city of New Orleans. Come on. If you're an elected official, you're elected for the people, civic-minded. You would lack morals, ethics, integrity, honor, pride if you were to go on a junket to Nairobi, Kenya in Africa as mayor of the city of New Orleans if it didn't mean economic impact for the city of New Orleans, money, jobs, and the like for the city, an economic boost. The mayor in Nairobi, Kenya in Africa, another crazy ass junket. The best thing I can say about Mayor LaToya Cantrell, I mean, if someone like could describe her as quickly and, you know, succinctly as possible, I'd be like, this mayor does not give a blank, just doesn't care. All about her. It's ironical, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, which, I mean, I could do a show on them all by themselves. What a joke. Change the name. There's no ethics going on. Your Board of Ethics, B-O-R-E-D. Louisiana, Board of Ethics. Tired of ethics. Yeah, I know. Anyway, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, not only no bark, no bite. They're not going to do anything. The mayor violating ethics laws, improperly taking 15 first-class flights. $10,000 fine is the biggest thing they can do, and little else. And who knows if they'll even do that. What a joke. If Louisiana actually had a real board of ethics, you'd see change in this state. You'd see like a no cup of coffee law. Think about this. Why don't we have a no cup of coffee law in Louisiana? No cup of coffee law, I think they have it in Florida, South Carolina, a few other states. Essentially what the law means, lobbyists, citizens, can't even give a cup of coffee, nothing of value, not even a cup of coffee to any elected official. Can't buy them lunch, can't take them on a trip, can't take them to dinner, can't give them gifts, can't give them money, can't take them hunting, none of that. Can't even give them a cup of coffee. Why don't we have that law? No cup of coffee law in Louisiana. Why do we allow our elected officials to receive anything of value? I mean, this is America. It's capitalism. Money influences opinion. It is a very rare bird, like less than 1 out of 100, maybe 1 out of 1,000, where money does not affect someone that does not have just an absurd amount of money. Someone who's wealthy, yeah, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars is not going to influence them. Someone who's middle class or even, you know, lower rich, tens of thousands of dollars will influence them. No, money influences folks. Money makes people funny. And to have money and gifts involved in Louisiana politics is a major blunder. These are chumps. These are lightweights. The majority of people, those 105 House reps, the clear majority, jokers. 39 senators, clear majority, jokers. I mean, if you're an elected official in Louisiana and you're doing good, I'd lay low about it. I wouldn't brag. I'm an elected official in Louisiana. I mean, it's like, I work at the Yugo factory. That piece of crap car that you see out on the street, that's my work. I mean, Louisiana has been failing for 40 years. There's no room to be a proud Louisiana elected official. Be humble, grind, and do your job if you're one of the good ones. Because the majority of the jokers you're with, at the very least, don't have leadership skills, have some warped ego, denial on who they are, and thought they could be an elected official and do good. The majority of them are clowns, jokers, a power trip, worse, stealing, corrupt, trying to set up friends and family, in it for all the wrong reasons. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Lebanon's Cafe is rolling till 9:30. I picked up a to-go order yesterday from Lebanon's. Chicken shawarma, tabbouleh, a fried football kibbeh, outstanding. Some of the finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans, Lebanon's Cafe, by the streetcar barn, Carrollton at Jeanette, in the Carrollton section of Uptown. And when the weather's like this, if it's not raining, And even if it's drizzling a little, you're under the green awning, outside dining at Lebanon's Cafe. So nice, so good. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock, power hour. Yeah, you right. Hey, television audience, we say adios in about 20 seconds, straight down 5:30. 2 hours every day, our talk radio program, simulcast on television, at least the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program simulcast on TV. You can continue watching, TV audience, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. See you tomorrow, 4 o'clock on TV. Hey, radio audience, 93.9 FM. YouTube audience, folks checking us out via KoreyTalks.com live streaming. We roll till 6 p.m. Rain, we'll see. Let's hope. Keep your fingers crossed. The mayor's in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa, another crazy junket. The Louisiana Board of Ethics says the mayor violated state laws, improperly taking 15 first-class flights. 15. Just obnoxious. What's more obnoxious is there's really little the Board of Ethics can do. I think the maximum's like a $10,000 fine. You can appeal it. You can basically not pay it. They don't really have any legal recourse to come after you. I've got some Louisiana Board of Ethics fines when I ran for office, political office. First off, they don't tell you anything about when your filings need to be and all this crap. You're all on it on your own. You have to do all the research. I filed most of the time on time. Towards the end of the race, I was late on a couple of filings. There were some penalties. They've increased. So like if I run again for public office, I'd have to go pay the Louisiana Board of Ethics a few $100 to clear that debt. But I don't believe in the debt. I don't believe in the Louisiana Board of Ethics. I think they're a joke. They're pathetic. So if I run for office again, I'll pay the few $100. But I've done enough for the state of Louisiana and New Orleans for 30 years doing this talk radio and TV program. Forget about that. I did enough for New Orleans as a citizen running for council at large in 2008. Helped get the IG's office more on the map. Ask Bob Sarasoli about it. I'm not patting myself on the back. That's not what I do. But those are the facts. So I've contributed enough as an average citizen in New Orleans. I feel pretty confident about that. But yeah, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, what a joke. Anyway, so yeah, a fine, whatever happens, it's meaningless because they're meaningless. They're a joke. Not only no bite, no bark at all. None. Louisiana Board of Ethics. That is an oxymoronic term. Hey, best quality, best price, best selection, tastes like home. I'm talking about Rouse's Markets. If you are listening, watching the program, you're in Rouse's Markets country. South Louisiana, Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama. I mean, in Louisiana, you got about 55 Rouses. Southern Mississippi, you got about 3-4 Rouses, more under construction. Lower Alabama, 8 Rouses, 6 in Metro Mobile, and then Gulf Shores has a Rouses. Orange Beach, Alabama has a Rouses. So nice when you go into the beach out of Louisiana and you got Rouse's Market to get all that good seafood and Angus beef, well marbled, flavorful beef, all your New Orleans goodies, the Rouse's branded items. Rouse's Markets, best quality, best price, best selection, tastes like home. The Gulf South Grocery Store, your Rouse's Markets. And boy, you folks that are picking up beer, wine, liquor, no one sells more than Rouse's Markets in the region, and no one has lower prices on wine, beer, and liquor than Rouse's Markets in the region. 65 Rouse's. They're all chock full of your favorite wine, liquor, beer. Rouse's Markets, tastes like home. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock powwow. Israel agrees to halt the war, a 4-hour pause each day in South Gaza for humanitarian aid to come through Egypt, through that border crossing and the like. A 4-hour pause daily. Now, I think that's a pretty good compromise. You can't pause the war. Hamas comes in, does this absurd attack, this terrorist act, and then when they're getting their asses beat, they want to pause in the war? Of course they do. No, I mean, Israel's right. Hamas needs to be eradicated. Palestinians need to be elevated, and Hamas needs to be eradicated. The problem with Israel, Netanyahu is very extreme. There were protests a month ago, before this war started, protests in the street of Israel, worrying about Netanyahu and his extreme political view, wanting to take away power from the Supreme Court in Israel and give it to his controlled legislature. And folks were freaking out in Israel, less freedom. And now this war started, and yes, I blame Hamas. But how did Israel, the United States, Britain, how did they have this security breach? It's like Pearl Harbor. It's like 9/11. I mean, thousands are stopped, but the ones that aren't are glaring, and you scratch your head like this one. Right or wrong, slipping through the cracks. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, whatever. Netanyahu's going to be held responsible, is starting to be held responsible inside of Israel. I mean, in the beginning, everyone's united. You're a month into the war, folks start thinking about before the war, Netanyahu, his plans, things he's implementing with war powers, and then the excuses to keep them in play long after they should be removed. No, people in Israel are nervous. Netanyahu, criminal trials. I mean, you Google Netanyahu like 25 years ago, 30 years ago, Oslo Accords. He's at speeches where Israelis are shouting death to Rabin, and Netanyahu's up there smiling and nodding his head. And then Rabin gets assassinated. He's not for a two-state solution. I don't know about you. Let's use New Orleans as an example. Hey, white people, you got to get out of Orleans Parish. Hey, black people, you got to get out of Orleans Parish. It's not happening. White people and black people are not leaving New Orleans. It's either live together or fight each other. And I think decades and decades ago, folks chose to live together. The majority of decent, normal people. There are white racists, black racists. There are extremes on both sides that, you know, the devil's the other race, whatever. Who's got time for that crap, especially in 2023? It ain't perfect. Black folks still struggling with equality, women, Asians, Latinos, homosexuals. I'm white, male, heterosexual. Skids are grease for me. White entitlement, I agree with it. I get it. Not in denial about any of that. But it's getting better than it's ever been, gets better all the time. But no one's leaving. And Israelis and Palestinians, Jews and Palestinians, they're not leaving that part of the Middle East. So it's either two-state solution or bust. And when Netanyahu and extreme Palestinians like Hamas don't want a two-state solution, that's a problem. That's a problem. And until that at least concept is agreed upon, at least working in that direction, it's futile. This will continue on and on and on. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning, a New Orleans institution since 1940. They got walk-up locations with personal service. That's sort of old school Young's. They got free pickup and delivery, home or office, East Bank or West Bank. That's sort of today's preferred method of dry cleaning. And then they've got the future of dry cleaning, and only at Young's. Young's Express, their manless locker locations. Those are all over the metro area. New Orleans East, West Bank, East Bank, all over. Drop your stuff in a safe, secure Young's locker. 2 short days later, pick it all up perfectly dry cleaned. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Find out where a Young's Express manless locker location's located. Get on their free pickup and delivery list. Experience the best dry cleaner in the business. Young'sDryCleaning.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your color so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson.
Did you have any problem with Angel Reese? There was a photo of her coming off the bus, holding the phone with the...
And that was a bunch of bull. That was Photoshop, that young lady. That's social media for you. How dare somebody do that?
No, I was wondering if it was Photoshopped or if it was real.
You just got the real answer from somebody who was there.
It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Hey y'all, it's Junket Cantrell, Mayor, City of New Orleans. We've decided to hold a contest where you can decide where I go next on my taxpayer finance vacation. I was thinking about Acapulco, but that's in the Western Hemisphere, and we can do a lot better than that. Think Europe, Asia, maybe even the Middle East. You know, if it's safe. You don't want old Junket Cantrell getting hurt. It's all about my vacation, having fun and spending the city's money on my entertainment. I'll be flying first class, of course, and I'll be bringing some administrative flunkies with me. It should only cost the city around $30,000, maybe $40,000. Help me pick my next city finance vacation. Go online, Cantrell Junket at cityofno.gov, and have a fleeced day.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
New Orleans City Councilman Freddie King joins us.
So I want to first say thanks for having me. And believe it or not, man, I used to listen to your show all the time driving home. So it's an honor to be on.
Freddie, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on the program. Thanks.
The official afternoon talk show of the City of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Hey, Fausto's is open for dinner. They go till 9 p.m. tonight. Why don't you go experience some of the best Sicilian and Italian anywhere in the city? So good. That veal piccata, I'll put up against any veal piccata anywhere, like New York or Italy. Fantastic. Get a little fettuccine Alfredo on the side. How about the pesce limone? Usually speckled trout or black drum, pan sauteed in this lemony sauce, little pasta on the side. Start with some crab claw, appetizer. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. When the weather's like this, I mean, if it's not raining and even if it's drizzling a little, you're under the cover. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has outdoor dining, white tablecloth outdoor dining. Sit at the bar, check out sports action, sit inside the restaurant. Just get there. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. They're open till 9 p.m. tonight for dinner. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. So good. I might head to Fausto's tonight. I might go sit outside at Fausto's. Seriously, you might see me there about 7:30 outside, even if it's drizzling, because they got the cover. And they can even crank out the little awnings to even make it even more intimate and covered. Love me some Fausto's. You will too. Plus, Fausto and Roland, just such nice guys. They run that restaurant right. One of them, if not both of them, are always there. And that's the number one rule in restaurants, bars. I mean, besides the obvious stuff, good food, consistency. Got to have an owner. Always there. Otherwise, food, money, whatever, starts walking out the door. We need the rain. I don't know if we're going to get it. It looks like it. Full cloudy sky, dark in some areas, rain threatening. I saw a little drizzle hit the windshield earlier today. And I mean like a little drizzle, like barely there type of drizzle, where I had to hit the squirters on the windshield wipers just to get it to go. I said earlier, I would sacrifice my weekend for rain all weekend long. I've got outdoor plans, golf, taking the dog to the park, outdoor dining, going out with friends over the weekend, going to be outside. I would sacrifice it all for like continuous rain. The forecast has like rain through like next Wednesday. We really need it. Like Seattle, Portland, even more of a rainstorm, not just that misty stuff, but continuous rain is what I'm talking about. During the day, overnight for like 4 or 5 days straight. I don't want street flooding, none of that. But boy, we need some rain that saturates the earth, that saturates the ground. Farmers need it. Everybody needs it. South Louisiana's in a drought. So yeah, it would be selfish to be like, I want another weekend like we've had the last 3-4 months. I mean, we haven't had a bad weekend in months. It was hot a few weeks back, but now it's just perfect 60s and 70s. Glorious weather. Great to be outside. But I would sacrifice it this weekend for the forecast to hold true, where we get like 5-6 straight days of rain because we desperately need it. Desperately need it. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, you right. The mayor in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. I'm not making that up. Mayor Latoya Cantrell, a week in Africa. There's a UN plastic pollution talk, and she's going to that because she's such an expert on plastic pollution. Just mind-blowing. And as usual, the C. Ray Nagin gimmick. She learned it from the best. You wait until the plane has left Louis Armstrong International before you make the announcement of the junket. The mayor screwed up before. You remember? I forgot where she said she was going. And then the outcry was so strong that the mayor canceled the trip. So you want to go on the trip? You wait till the plane has pulled out of Louis Armstrong International before you have a press release, a media release. The mayor follows that. She had a Wednesday press conference, took off later that afternoon, never mentioned the junket at the press conference. I mean, what more do I need to say? You don't mention it ever until the plane has left the ground. Ironically, the Louisiana Board of Ethics, while the plane was in the air, announced that the mayor violated state ethics laws, inappropriately taking 15, count them, 15 first-class flights. I've never flown first class in my life. Never. $10,000 fine is like the worst thing that could happen, little else. It's the Louisiana Board of Ethics. Louisiana, Board, B-O-R-E-D of Ethics. Summer of 2023, according to Climate Central, the hottest in the world ever. Hottest recorded summer in world history. I shouldn't say that. In recorded time, mankind. Major cities worldwide with the longest extreme heat streaks, like days over 100, on and on like that. Houston, number 1 in the world, 22 days. Number 2 in the world, tied with Jakarta, Indonesia. New Orleans, 17 straight extreme heat streak days. Wow. Hottest summer in the world, 2023. 6-8 weeks ago, you remember it was 104 in Kenner, 104 at Louis Armstrong International. I don't remember like 98, 99, 100 in New Orleans very often, much less 100 plus, much less 104. Just crazy. Just crazy. Hey guys, it's holiday season. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. It's holiday season. She wants a lifetime diamond purchase. Diamond stud earrings, diamond tennis bracelet, diamond necklaces, diamond engagement rings, real natural diamonds, 1 billion years old. That's all you'll get. The best at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Every price point is met. Thousands of dollars. Items for tens of thousands of dollars. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers has some items, real natural diamond jewelry, over $100,000. And they have an entire room dedicated to real natural diamonds, diamond stud earrings, tennis bracelets, necklaces, engagement rings, everything in that room under $1,000. Like I said, every price point. Guys, it's holiday season. Get her real natural diamonds. Go see Ken Friend on Maple Street. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers, Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Hi, everyone. It's Tommy Wrong for AsbestosMoneyGrab.com. This is not, I repeat, not for folks with real asbestos problems. But if you're like me and were maybe taking a shop class in high school where you maybe breathed in some brake dust and you know for certain you're fine, but you're the type of person that takes advantage of these types of situations, get tested, lawyer up, and steal some money like me. Go to I'm not really hurt at all, but like exploiting the system for free cash.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top bench of more exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Oh boy, no Carl in the East. I'm not communist. I just don't like turkey. It happens every year. 2 weeks till Thanksgiving. I often say there's a reason turkey is not served in restaurants. It's appropriately named. It's a turkey. It's just not that good. We fool ourselves. We embrace this tradition in America, serving turkey on Thanksgiving. It's probably the worst protein you can possibly eat. I'm not talking about bad for you. It's actually a healthy protein compared to a lot of them, but it's just bland and doesn't taste very good. And we all think it's fantastic on Thanksgiving. If it was so fantastic, why wouldn't we have turkey like every few weeks? Why wouldn't we be baking a turkey and cutting it up and having gravy? And I mean, cranberry, awful, terrible. Cranberry is as bad as it gets. Maybe something naturally made, the one coming out of the can. I mean, really? That's like as bad a Thanksgiving as possible. I'm blessed. My parents years ago started implementing other food items besides turkey. We quickly stopped eating the turkey. After about 3 years, we just would eat the pork crown roast or speckled trout or New York strips or something like that, lamb chops. The only thing worse than turkey? Turducken. The first 4 letters say it all. See you tomorrow.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.